Welcome back to the fourth episode of the Talking League podcast. I'm Shane Campbell, and alongside me I've got Ashton Lima and Jared Buckle. How are we doing, gents?
I'm doing super well. Had a good week. For people that don't know, I've had a trialing time in my side of health recent, but everything's gone back to normal, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that.
And we're also grateful that you're back.
No, for sure. Hey guys, I'm very excited to be here again. I just want to say to Arsenal fans, good evening. I think today's going to be a very special podcast, especially that's on video, and we're going to enjoy it. Boom.
Absolutely. And look, before we begin on our show, guys, we'd like to give our first sponsor, 197 Engineering, a massive shout out. They specialize in precision engineering, milling and turning of all shapes and sizes. To contact them and find out how they can help you best, please call Cody Wesson on 011-892-1334. We'll also drop his details down in the podcast below. Boys, are we ready to get going?
I'm booming, 100%.
Fantastic. I think let's start off with our first topic, guys, and it's hot on everyone's lips at the moment. VAR. Is it working? Is it not working? What is the issue, guys?
For me, VAR could be such a good thing. Like, if you look how it works in rugby as well, I know it's called something different there, but I mean, it works so well. The problem is it's not consistent at the moment. So guys are using it sometimes and then they're not using it, and especially in the Premier League, they got the actual little TV screen on the side. Not a single referee has used it. And
are they allowed to use it?
Yeah, they are allowed to use it. They can refer. Yeah,
that's mad.
But that's what the screen's there for. But not a single one of them have used it, and it's actually so irritating. And then it's not consistent because sometimes the TMO or the assistant referee on the screen brings it back and says, no, this is what happened, like in the Tottenham Sheffield game. Remember, the goal was given and then all of a sudden it went up.
That's mad.
Yes, and then other games nothing happened.
Exactly.
Like literally nothing happened. So there's just no consistency, and I think that's where the problem lies, in my opinion. I said it could work, but at the moment, not a chance.
Ashton, being a City fan?
Well, my thoughts, first of all, I think the concept is good about VAR, but the officials aren't. I think they're very broken. At saying that, I think, if you look at the referee, like Jared said, they're not looking at the screens, they're not looking at what the resources they have. The investment going into it, when you have that screens there and you have the extra help, they're not using it. And now the problem is, like I said, it's like Marmite, either you like it or you hate it. But now I hate Marmite and I hate VAR. But at the same time, I just want to have, Man City is my club, and VAR, we have a very good relationship. It's been the best, with Tottenham, it's been the best at Liverpool. But at the same time, and West Ham as well.
As the fans sing VAR, my lord.
But I also want to say, I don't want to be too biased in terms of what happened this Saturday that just passed. I think, with Liverpool and with Man City in the game, it was rough, to find out there's a handball that should have been given. What are you guys' thoughts on the handball?
It was definitely a handball. The thing that they were saying afterwards is that it came off Silva first, he bounced off his own first, and
the distance it had to travel.
Yeah, but I mean, handball all day, every day. If you look at how Sissoko also got a handball in the Champions League final, and that was more on his side.
Yeah,
this was that was almost like a goalkeeping save in my opinion.
Not for sure.
But the other thing that VAR is doing now is it was supposed to cut out diving and things like that, like the manipulation of referees and stuff. Do you think diving's actually got worse?
For me, there's one of two things to say with it, because Dele Alli goes down in the box.
Yes.
Referee says no penalty, VAR checks it.
Yeah.
VAR says no penalty, yet the referee continues to play and doesn't give him a card for diving. Why not then?
Yeah.
If it's not a penalty, surely it's a dive. So in that case, it hasn't cut out the diving, because I'm actually seeing, I think it was Dele Alli coming up in one of the games where it happened. Oh no, it was Son. Apologies, it was Son, and he said no penalty. I'm like, well then it's a dive. Why have you not booked him for dive? Yeah. So in that case, I don't know, but also, from my understanding of the way it works is if referee says no penalty, play on, VAR checks it. VAR has to have overwhelming evidence to overturn that decision. I think that's where the problem comes in as well. It's the interpretation of the rules, and the referees also, like you say, has got to interpret the rules. And why are they not using the screen, the on-field screen? For me, if I was the VAR official that's in the top, I would say, listen, Mark Dean, please go check the screen. I think there's something you need to have a look at or clarify. Because to leave that responsibility with one person, you're asking a lot. The backlash is going to be on that referee,
Exactly.
like it was on Sunday. The first goal, the handball, okay, we can debate it to non-end, guys. So I think we move on from that. But the second goal with the claim for offside against Salah, it wasn't even checked that long.
No.
It literally was
Seconds.
boom. They checked one, they showed one angle, and it's done. And I'm like, I've seen other games where goals have not been given, and they continuously scrutinised for like maybe 2 minutes at a time.
Oh,
looking
that
at it.
Sheffield game, the guy
That was
that
harsh.
threw the pass was literally like a toe, like maybe 3 centimeters.
That was
And
absolutely
it was
harsh.
his toe. His toe.
It's little toe.
Look, it is you can score with your toe.
No, 100%.
But then once again, it's open to interpretation. Is that toe giving you such an advantage? No, but the rules state you're offside, whether it's by a mil or by 2 meters, you're off.
The other side as well is I think referees they have a certain amount of time that a game can take place over, if that makes sense. And it's not like other sports where they can stop the clock keeps ticking.
Yep.
And if they went to like VAR to check every single issue, the game would become so much longer. So in that way, it is a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe if they just purely used it to check goals and penalties, that's literally
Or red card challenge.
red
Yeah.
card challenges. Yeah.
But in that sense, would you actually say that VAR is like killing football or improving it?
Well, to me, I think everything should be double checked, and if the referee behind the screen sees something, he should automatically just say to the referee on field, this is what's happened, instead of him having to stop the game and refer.
Yeah,
He should be talking to him constantly.
that's true.
For me, Premier League, it's been murdered. It's been absolutely slaughtered. However, I will say, I think it was the 2018 World Cup last year.
Yep.
Is that where they trialled VAR for the first
They did.
time? Look how many times they use those screens.
Yes.
And no one,
Generally, every situation.
yeah, no one questioned VAR in the World Cup
Yeah.
because it worked like clockwork. Yet we come to the Premier League and every decision that's been overturned by VAR
Contradicts the
exactly,
whole time.
and there's continuous arguments. Maybe, and this is where it's leading to my next idea, is that maybe there's actually a problem with the officiating in the Premier League, the referee council in the Premier League. I don't know
think
what
that's
they're
always
called. I think that's where the problem
Yeah.
lies because they are the ones that are sanctioning their reasoning. Because after every game, that chap, I don't know what his name is, he comes on the screen and he explains why VAR did this or VAR. All his, yeah,
I thought his name.
I don't know what his name. That's how irrelevant he is. But
Yeah.
all his job is to back his refs. He won't say they've made a mistake. I've never heard him come out once. I could be wrong. But to me, he's just there to cover for his referees.
Yeah.
And if you've got a system in place to help the referees, if you're just covering for the referees with that help, you're manipulating the system.
Exactly.
So I don't know if it's
But I
working
think with my opinion, where I think, VAR is the future in terms of football. But would you think, in a sense, that obviously a ref is going to be replaced by a robot in terms of VAR? At the same time, you wouldn't see like what happened on last week with City and Liverpool. You wouldn't see like, let's say, the likes of Terminator in the movie. You wouldn't see like Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, offside. You know what I mean? He wouldn't be that guy. And the thing is, robots, I think they're more precise, but at the same time, having that robot in the sense of helping you, and you're not having a correct decision determining how it was shown. Like you look at Trent's hands there, but obviously Bernardo's hand was there as well. But if you see that footage over and over, obviously it gets more clear. And obviously, like you said, they don't see it as often. They don't see the actual timing. They don't see how it took place. How they only reviewed it once. And obviously, if you review something once, obviously it's not as clear.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I think we could sit here all night debating VAR, yes or no. And sometimes it just makes me so mad, VAR. But this sort
saved us so many times.
It has.
It is.
Yeah.
But tying in with VAR, which our next topic was, is Sterling and Gomez.
Yeah.
The little bust up they had, which then led into the England camp,
Yes.
and then Sterling being
Getting dropped.
like detention. So the question is, was it Gareth Southgate correct for dropping Sterling? And number two, how much does that rivalry carry over into the England camp or the international camp? Because we've never actually heard it before. I was thinking a while back, sorry, I'm going off topic.
Yeah.
When Jack Wilshere was still part of the England setup, he was an Arsenal boy through and through, and he hated Spurs. And him and Eric Dyer and Danny Rose, they were all on camp together, and you see the photos, they're laughing and they're best of mates. And I'm like, as a Spurs fan, you feel kind of betrayed. You're like, no, that is the enemy. You don't go and do that. But you understand, like, country first and putting the rivalry aside.
Yeah.
But now this happens with Sterling and Gomez. So what is your guys' take on that?
I think both players are wrong. Gomez did pick up Sterling in the game, and if anybody did that to me in the game, I would also be absolutely mental. Well, they can try and pick me up. I don't think they will.
Which is they've done before.
But you don't know how Sterling reacted. That's the other thing. You know, you don't know what was said, who said what. Did Gomez apologise? Is that why he's still in the team? We really don't know. So,
Exactly.
I mean, all things considered, I think both players should have been punished.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to drop one and leave the other.
But we don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened.
Yeah,
But you can still see the stuff that instigated the whole thing, and both players were wrong. Obviously, Sterling carried on and confronted him about it, and obviously that's why he got dropped. But
You wouldn't have done that if it wasn't 3-1.
no.
If they were winning,
Yes.
it probably would have been the other way.
Like a
around.
joke as well.
And also, there's a difference between banter and being an arsehole, if that makes sense. So, like, even with us, like, in our club football, when we were still kids, we had guys from other schools playing in our club team, and then we played with them at club, we played with them at club, and then our schools played against each other. And I remember the school games, it was all about trying to get the better over your teammate from club level, and there was always fun and stuff. But I mean, that's banter, whereas it could have gone quite nasty, you know.
Exactly.
And then you don't want to be around that person.
No, for sure.
And obviously these guys, it's a big thing of pride and stuff like that, because it depends on where you come from. A lot of the guys the English guys play for clubs because that's where they grew up. Or, you know, generally that's the case. So obviously it's a lot of pride, and obviously Gomez pushed a certain button that Sterling didn't like. So.
I also think it's also on a fan's perspective where, you know, Sterling did come from Liverpool, and the likes of where, you know, the fans were giving him a lot of pressure, a lot of banter as well, a lot of even racist comments, not in this game generally, but, you know, from outside, like, and all that pressure's been on Sterling as well. And now, obviously, Sterling hasn't really vented much in conceding games where he hasn't been as aggressive, but his attacking play is beautiful, his pass, everything. But to get him to that point where he's aggressive, we obviously had 3-1 coming in place. And in terms of, you know, like, as a captain as well, like, Sterling didn't receive that, like, backup support where obviously your captain straight away split. You know, obviously there was a bit of banter and a bit of aggression between Clemson and Sterling. But at the same time, I read this one article, I don't know if it's true or if it's 100%, but I'm just going to go with it, where Gomez, when he arrived in the actual building where they were, Gomez said a few things where, you know, and then all of a sudden they started laughing at him. And obviously that did trigger Sterling, and obviously Sterling went up to him and, you know, gave him a bit of a strangle. And that's why you can see some photos where,
A bit of a strangle.
a bit of a strangle. I don't know how you get a stretch from a strangle, but you know what I mean. So I also think, you know, both sides, like you said, Jared, where they have to be blamed. And the thing is, in a sense of maturity, I think it's not really a sense of, they didn't show any professionalism at the same time, where you have to show like certain individuals like kids, and you have to show, especially Sterling's supporting a nation where he's their main man, and Gomez as well is a future talent as well. But at the same time, you need to look at how it has been handled with Southgate. You know, Southgate, in a sense where if they drop Sterling, I don't think it will make much of a difference, because, you know, England is a strong side, even without Sterling, even without Gomez. And now, the games that they're playing, it's not like against Belgium or France or stuff like that. So if I was him, just in case of like a penalty warning for the whole team and for the whole nation to know that, you know, I'm not going to choose one side. I'd rather let them both come out, if you know what I mean.
Look, if whatever happened behind the scenes justifies Sterling being removed from the setup for the next game, I think there's 2 games. I don't know if he's been removed for both. A lot of respect must go to Southgate. That's a big call, because Sterling and Kane in England link up like peanut butter and jam. They are fantastic together. So for him to have taken such a drastic measure, look, I know you said it's not a big game in sense that England playing, but still, to go and upset the chemistry in the team, you're going to upset a couple of players. I've taken your mates away now, and
But then do you think Sterling
his mates
would have possibly dropped himself? Like, would have been? Do you think it's probably coming from his side?
maybe.
Being like, listen, I don't want to play. I don't want to be in the team, and you can't force a guy to play. Like, you know he's not going to play well, and if you bench him, you're going to be like, well, that's the reason. So if he's not there, I don't know. But I mean, it's like a conspiracy theory. You just don't know where.
It's like,
Gareth Southgate, come out. Tell us what is going on. Let us see the
Bro,
CCTV
let's-
footage, everything. We want to know what happened.
exactly.
Okay. Because now we need to move on. I don't want to talk about these two fighting anymore.
No, it's not the UFC. This is
No. But we're going to talk about the same teams anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Title race.
Oh,
Okay. Has it become now a four-way race with Leicester and Chelsea entering the fray?
Leicester's doing well. They're soaring. We know what they can do once they gain.
Leicester are looking.
Leicester are power.
Oh, with Tammy Abraham. Oh man, for Chelsea, that
That man's pushing and Mount as well.
yeah, those two.
Jorginho, I would never. I can't see myself ever saying it again, but Jorginho's been doing really well for Chelsea.
He has
From
a good
last
run.
season.
From last season as well.
Oh, he was getting drilled left, right, and centre.
But I think that's also a Lampard that's also improving, a lot of sides where he was that player and he knows his shoes and he's got that experience where, he was a captain at a stage.
And a midfielder.
And a midfielder, and he knows like how to motivate these young players because he's also young himself. He's not like his old, like Pellegrini and stuff like that. And the thing is, like, you can see how he's motivating players like Abraham. He wasn't. In the beginning of the season, you could see he was proud because of Lampard, because Lampard was going to give him the opportunity. And obviously, all these youth players are going to shine and show that don't drop us. We want to play. We want to show what we're made of. And obviously, like the likes of William and people like that, they're starting to get dropped because of how good these players are.
And the fans backing as well because Lampard is like the local hero
He
in
is.
Chelsea. So, like I said, fans make the club. They really, really do. So as soon as the fans get behind the manager, and they were behind him before he even got there.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
It was a given because it was whispered that he was going to be coming for quite a while, and then boom, he's there. But look, as much as Chelsea are playing well and they're up in there, I do think they're boxing above their weight at the moment. I do think with the fact that they can't buy players at the moment because of the ban and they're relying on the youth. 3 key injuries in that team, and I do believe that's them out of the running completely. And it is inevitable. Injuries do happen, and we don't wish it upon them.
Yeah.
But just looking at a realistic point of view, they haven't got a great squad to
and
work
experience,
with. Yeah, and they can't just go out in January and buy to replace 3 players that get injured. It's not going to happen. Where Leicester, while they might not have such household name players throughout the squad, they've got players that are all playing to the same tune.
Yeah.
And they all they're
The
just
chemistry
banging
is
that drum
beautiful.
at the moment. The Foxes are looking so hot.
And you've also got to look at the competitions that all the teams are in because I know Liverpool have so many things. They even got the
2 games,
48
World
hours,
Cup.
24 hours, that's
Yeah.
mad.
That's
Right.
heavy.
So
That's a lot of-
that's going to take its toll. Liverpool are soaring. I mean, at the moment they look unstoppable. So
Yeah, we'll see.
it's City. Obviously they're hitting a bit of a slump and now losing, getting 3 past them.
I just feel that we're still unjust. Like that,
Yeah.
if you look at the score, you don't think the game reflects it.
It makes you feel uneasy.
Especially like a side like City where they score so many
But
goals every game.
then again, even if it didn't go that way, I still feel Liverpool would have
Somehow.
won over.
Somehow.
I think so as
Yeah.
well.
You feel like when things are rolling
Yeah.
one team's way, it's going to continue. That happened with Leicester.
Yeah, no, 100%. And once you get going, like I said, momentum is everything.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's still possible for them to burn out. So that game over the 24 hours, they're going to have to split their teams.
Well, they have said that
Yeah.
they're going to send
Send one team and
But they don't want to bring their next fixture to where they went. Like I think they were versus Aston Villa or something.
Yeah, and they said no.
And then they said no.
As far as I know, Aston Villa said no. Or if it was Aston Villa, do you
Yeah.
blame them?
No.
I don't
I don't
blame
blame
them.
them.
No, we're just being smart game management. It's
Yeah,
not our problem.
exactly.
You're doing so well. I mean, that's what you're getting rewarded for being successful. So
Exactly.
I think it's a bit unfair on them. I don't like it, but it's unfair on them.
yeah, no.
You're telling teams, if you are so successful, we're going to punish you
Yes.
by playing 2 games in
Yeah.
24 hours. That's nuts across the
It's
world.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
They
that's
are
what-
by far the best team.
Yeah, in
No,
the world
hands
right
down.
now.
We've got to admit.
In the world right now, they are for sure.
Not in the world, because I mean we've got Benoni Northerns.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
Our
I-
team as well.
I think we're better.
Old Benny's.
Oh my word, guys. We're making enemies.
There goes 30 followers gone. Sorry.
Guys, under 17 World Cup. This topic came in from God's Will. I'm not going to keep saying God's Will. I'm just going to call him Will or Willie because that is his nickname. I've known him for a good couple of years now. And he's very active in chatting to us and giving his thoughts and views. And you know what I like about him? He doesn't ask you the same expected topics.
Yeah.
Who's going to win? He's asking about the under 17 World Cup.
That's a beautiful.
Did you guys even know it was happening at the moment?
I didn't, to be honest.
I heard a bit about it.
I did
not really. I didn't really follow
once I
it.
saw the topic come up, I did go and watch the highlights and things like that.
Ah, did the same.
The under 21 World Cup is something I do watch. Like
Oh, everyone follows.
yes, yeah. But the under 17 is still quite young,
Still a bit of a
and results never go the way you expect
No.
at that age.
yeah.
No, it's all on the day.
No, 100%. You'll still get the big nations up there, but there's always shockers.
Yeah, look, for the guys that aren't following the under 17 World Cup, we're at semi-final stage at the moment. The first semi-final is Mexico versus the Netherlands. And the second semi-final is France versus Brazil, which is on Friday, and the first semi is tomorrow night. So if you haven't been following it like we have, truthfully, but we have gone and did a bit of research on it, do yourself a favour and go and watch it.
Go and check it out.
It is mad, it's mind-blowing how fast these guys are. I know they're 16, 17
Yes, and
years
these
old.
kids are so good.
And they're mature for their age.
Yeah, no, 100.
To make football decisions in a big game like that at World Cup level is mad. At 16, 17, I couldn't even get my school jersey on properly. These guys are going and representing their country, not even their club, their country.
Exactly.
It is mad what they're doing. So I think we need to give more love to these guys and show them a bit more support. And just to show you, like Jared was saying, it's so unpredictable. The first semi-final was Mexico and Netherlands. Mexico and Netherlands both finished third in their group out of 4.
Sure.
Third out of 4.
Oh, yeah.
They went on to get into semis.
Yeah.
They both won only one game,
Yep.
and they went into semis. So it just shows you that nothing is a given.
Exactly.
The second semi-final, on the other hand,
But if you look at something very interesting here,
Yeah.
if you look at goal difference,
Sure.
Mexico had 7
+7.
plus 7. That's insane. To finish third and have
That's-
plus 7 goals, they must have annihilated someone. Who was Solomon Island? Sorry. And the Netherlands, they had -1 in goal difference.
Yeah.
-1.
In golf, that's great. You're 1 under par.
Yeah.
But
In soccer.
in goal difference, that's terrible. So
Yeah.
look, they didn't concede that many. As
No.
I know it's -1, but they didn't concede many. They just don't score
Yes.
that often. But
No,
then
for sure.
the second semi, both Brazil and France finished top of their log. So look, whoever meets in the final, you know you're going to be for one crack of a game. Yeah, actually, I know you said you also did a bit of
Research.
on your under 17s. What have you come
Well, I
up
did
with
check
there?
it out, and I just checked. You know, if you look at the likes of Netherlands, you know they have Ajax, they have PSV, they have all those like youth building squads, and you look at De Jong, De Ligt, everyone came from there. And the thing is, or De Ligt, sorry, De Ligt.
De Ligt.
Okay, so I think with those teams, you know, they're very. I think they're very like they have a lot of potential. They're very talented. They're hardworking as well. Because if you look at like training videos and you know just general statuses on Instagram or anything of Ajax, they're always running. They're always doing. It's a creative squad, you know. And to be that young, obviously, like the lights. Sorry, guys. He's 19, and when he went to Juventus, he was, you know, he's struggling now. But when he was at Ajax, he captained at a young age. And now, looking at these players in the under 17 World Cup, how the maturity from the Netherlands side is going to be obviously up there because you're looking at, you know, people like De Ligt and De Jong. But at the same time, in saying that, you know, when you look at the likes of Mexico, you know, you don't have as much training camps and stuff there in Mexico itself. It's a very passionate nation for actual soccer and stuff like that. But at the same time, if you look at Netherlands, how their level and their idols per se, like you look at Gullit and you look at, let's say, even Cruyff, Johan Cruyff, and you look at their idols and stuff, you don't see as much idols in per se, like with Mexico. There's quite a few,
Yeah,
like
the
Hernandez,
names, I get
but
that,
you know what I mean? So, and also like the likes of Brazil and France per se.
yeah. They got names.
I do have a percentage from like an odds thing that I saw on Google. You know, they did bet 70% of them did bet on Netherlands, and the rest obviously was with Mexico, which is at 30%. So you could see there is people having more belief in Netherlands side because of the players and the potential. But like you said, Jared, that goal difference, that's gonna prove, because obviously you need to score goals to win games. And now with the likes of France and Brazil, those are two big, you know.
One of them is going home.
Exactly, but one of them,
That's nuts.
yeah. And would you say like with Brazil, like look at their players that comes out of there. You know, they go straight to Real Madrid, they go straight to European clubs in general. And you know, Brazil is a very talented side, and then France as well. They got pacey players. If you look at France football team, everyone's fast. You know, and the thing is, when you watch the talent on the highlights and stuff like that, the way they play is obviously quick, like you said, with centre backs, with the midfield, with the wingers, strikers. Everyone's just quick, But to show that maturity on
Yeah.
that type of stage with the world watching you as well, not as much people as compared to World Cup, but still, you're at that level, and me at that level, I was playing FIFA. But at the same time,
FIFA 01 probably.
but at the same time, it's a lot of maturity that comes in hand. And in the final, I think I would choose, Brazil and Netherlands
To go to.
to go to the final.
Well, there is one standout player that I've been watching now through them, and I hope I don't butcher his name. It's Sanjay Hansen from the Netherlands squad. He scored 6 goals and 3 assists so far in the tournament.
That's power.
And you mentioned it. He plays for Ajax under 19s. Okay, and he's only 17 years old. So you must know this boy is doing something right. He plays off the left. He is a bit of a forward, so he can play off the left and go central. Fantastic talent. I am saying Netherlands, Brazil. Netherlands, France final.
Now, for me, I would say Netherlands are relying too much on him. So if anything happens to happen, or Mexico figure out that they can block him off somehow, it's going to go a different way. So I'm going to go Mexican, and Mexico, and
Yeah.
I want to say France because I don't really know much about them, and the French
They speak
first team
French.
won. Yeah, the
Yeah.
French first team won the World Cup.
So you have to look at it.
But to be honest, all my predictions have been wrong. So pretty much. So
If you're a betting man,
yes, always go the opposite to what
do
I.
not put money on Joe. And he's always injured, so
Yes.
that just tells you.
I make
already.
bad life choices when it comes to football and sports and.
No, not injured, but